Nevertheless, I'm just going to shoot it along.
I'm up for it.
We're either going to do a bracket or we're going to do Have You Ever.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
I had a fantastic Have You Ever, but...
Come on.
Have you ever...
He didn't pick up either.
No. What are we doing? We're doing Have You Ever or we're doing that bracket?
I'm not prepared for either, so it's up to
There's
you
no
guys.
preparing.
Well, the brackets isn't like a high-hitting one. It's just something we came up with in the last
What was it
few
again?
days.
I can't remember.
It's the worst sequels ever made.
What are the worst? What is
So
the
we're not
worst
picking...
movie sequel
We're not saying
ever?
which is the best. We're saying which is the worst of these.
Right.
So you're actually arguing over which one's worse.
Which one was following a movie with a legacy?
Basically destroyed the franchise or just a terrible sequel.
And the Have You Ever?
Oh, it's up for whatever.
Whatever you want.
Well, let's go with Have You Ever, because that's more of a blind spot.
Alright, so who's first? Who's got one?
I'm not going first.
I'm not going first. I guess it's brackets it is.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Seriously.
Why don't you go first?
Have you ever?
You're the host.
host?
Yeah.
You people have got freaking merchandise.
I brought you an egg.
Thanks, Philip, for sponsoring me today.
No, you idiot, your mugs.
Oh,
yes.
right.
Do you even have one of those mugs?
Yeah, it's at home.
It's in your car, isn't it?
It's not in the car.
He's left it in the car.
I use it for water.
Water. Inferring you don't drink anything else. All right.
I feel Have You Ever would just get a bit too wild.
No. All right.
I got a box of chicken at home, so let's go.
He's hungry, so I don't know. He's getting carby.
Unless I just go to a list. Of
I'm having a chicken.
Yeah.
It's a box of chicken. It's like a kilo of chicken.
A kilo?
Probably. It's pretty heavy.
That's a lot of
It's
chicken.
$25.
Why are you getting a kilo?
Because that's all I eat all day.
Why? That can't be good.
What do you mean it can't be good?
You must take like a dump once a month.
Actually, it's not that often. But my goal is to drop the weight again and then fix myself.
Okay.
The weight first. Healthy later.
All right. Let's start with some mellow ones. Yes?
We started at Egypt and we'll work our way up to Germany.
Egypt.
That head nod, I don't know what it was, man. I have no idea what that was. Actually, here's one you can start with. Enjoy. Would you rather be a slave in Egypt during biblical times building a pyramid, or a worker in a concentration camp during World War II, but you know that you survived the war?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, there's no evidence that actually proves that they did build the pyramids, right?
Oh, that's
the debate with all that.
The first thing I come up
Let's
with
not
is-
start talking about Stargate, all right?
Yeah,
Well, no, but what evidence was there
what do you mean?
that they built the pyramids?
The hieroglyphics of them building pyramids.
Well, that could have been etched in later. Because
The Egyptians were very notorious, very good record keepers.
What's happening is that
They were.
from my understanding, is that there's people who obviously make money off these pyramids and the stories they've developed around them, but then there's geologists who get access to them, look at the
I love
sedimentary
how you
rock.
challenged me to come up with a have you ever. Oh, would you rather?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Would you rather? Yeah, would you rather, not have you ever. Would you rather? I love how you challenged me to come up with one because I'm the host. I actually came up with a very good one.
It is very good.
It's a very good one.
Now, can I ask some
that
questions?
appeals to both your racist and the narcissistic
I'm not
tendencies.
racist.
Not at all. Anyway.
I can't.
All right. And you suddenly segue to a conspiracy theory insinuating that the
ignoring his thing. Okay, now, as I got a couple questions because
He's shaking it off.
I need a couple answers.
Hypothetically, if the Jews did build the pyramids, yeah.
Okay, so if I was a survivor of a concentration camp, would I be resettled in
You'd be
Israel?
the leader of the concentration camp.
No.
Would I be one of the Jews that gets resettled to Israel, or one of the ones that goes off into Europe or America?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does actually.
We're talking about the
Hang on,
conditions.
you're putting up a hypothetical situation. He's asking.
Okay. All right, blanket statement, done. These are the rules, all right? concentration camp.
He's killing
okay?
it. He's killing the vibe. You're
I
killing the
know,
vibe.
man. I'm just trying to find out because even though my struggles might be finished in the camp, they might continue in,
All right, John, just for you.
in the motherland.
I agree.
In
Just
Israel.
for you.
Yeah.
You're a transgender Jew. All right.
Kill me now.
That's also a communist, okay? And you're in Auschwitz. Okay? How's that? Does that work for you?
I walk straight into that chamber.
Are you a transgender man or a transgender woman?
Oh, that's
That
true.
place. I'm just picturing Abraham Simpson in Dusseldorf. He's singing, "Won't you come home with father?" You. That is not in a movie. All right, seriously. No, just for face value, man. You're either a prisoner.
I thought I was asking legitimate questions.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I actually thought we were
Would
going to
you
deep dive it.
rather go through the horrors of a concentration camp in Germany, or Poland or whatever in World War II, and come out a survivor?
Can we ask non-technical questions?
Or would you rather be
What's the meal situation going on?
what are the sleeping quarters?
Would I have access to HSBs?
Would I meet Hitler in person?
No.
Hitler didn't go to the camps.
Well, then I'll probably be the Egyptian Jew.
Himmler and Goebbels were like,
I would probably, in all honesty, the outlook would look better as a survivor of a concentration camp.
the slaves who built the pyramids were just worked to death, basically. Yeah, in the hot sun.
Yeah.
So, middle of winter Poland, Egypt in the middle of the summer. Which one? Pick and choose. One's hard labor, where you're literally going to collapse, and the other one is just.
But you would know if
But
the
the slaves-
Egyptians did build the pyramids.
The Egyptians were the slaves in Egypt were fed though.
They were. They
were just
from
work-
understanding, they had their own houses. Not their own houses, but they had
Living
dwellings,
quarters.
living quarters.
They worked to the.
They
death,
weren't in a
basically.
camp.
Yeah, they went in.
They were servants and workers,
Serfs,
manual
yeah.
labour, like forced labour. Oh, yeah, then actually.
Mind you, you'd see people like being worked to death, sure,
Yeah.
but in the camps, you'd be like, oh, hey, what's your name? You. And then you'd be like, oh, yeah, mine's Yon. And then next minute, it's like, to the gas chamber with Yon. And be like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, you would be constantly thinking, am I going to be the next person to die every day, every minute of every day?
Yeah,
Whereas
that's
in,
true.
in
I
the.
did say you are aware that you're going to survive the war.
Oh, you are? That doesn't make sense.
What?
But the scars that would be left on you, like mentally and PTSD, would be ridiculous.
But, yeah, the Egyptian one would just be a workout.
They built whole religions around that. But that's the workout in Andy's eyes. That's literally built the Old Testament and the New Testament. For Andy, just writes it up. It's a workout. It's a casual holiday. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, fine.
Where did the story originate from?
Egypt.
Yeah, well, that the Jews were slaves and built the pyramids.
Ask him. He knows more about.
Where did that come from?
I don't actually know if
Is that a Bible story or is that an actual?
I don't actually think there's anything in there that says that they are the ones that built the pyramids. They were just there as slaves,
Oh, they're slaves.
just because they're.
Are they there as slaves
build
in history or is it in the Bible?
Well, it's in the Bible, but I don't. It's.
Who's looking at me? What?
I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
The Bible's not a historical reference point, but it is mentioned.
It's mentioned in there,
Yeah.
and like
So is turning water to wine.
And then Dim is saying that, what do you call it? In the hieroglyphics, they're there, shown as servants, as slaves.
But they don't have little kippers on, do they? Little Jew locks on the sides.
That's something that came later.
That's a different. Like, not every Jew looks like that, man.
But how do you know they were
Where
Jewish?
do you live?
How do you know they were Jewish?
Because it's specifically stated.
Stated what?
Even the Bible has different rules for slaves that were Jewish as opposed to non-Jewish. You're out of your mind. I'm going to fucking throw a mouse at you. Moving on.
I'm just saying.
Next one.
I'm just saying.
All right. Would you rather?
Go with the one I said.
No, we're not doing that.
Ah,
Fuck
okay.
off.
That was any
Often yours is okay, but his isn't.
You know, we're not going there. I can't be bothered. I haven't got the energy
Hey,
for
you
it.
have the mic. You can.
No, that's okay.
I have to moderate to some degree.
I thought.
Would you rather? He's not going to appreciate it.
All right. Would you rather be a mall cop, right, like a security guard, walking the beat of like a shopping center all day, every day, can't sit down, same shit.
Anywhere
every day?
specific?
Do you get staff discounts in the centre?
There's no discounts, all right. You're just on security.
What is
every
like
day.
Florida or anywhere?
And you're just like a beat rent-a-cop, right?
Yeah, but where?
He's like a security guard at a
know,
shop.
Melbourne.
Are you a security
Oh, no.
guard of the centre that's been
Yeah.
hired as a
Yeah, yeah,
contractor,
yeah, yeah.
or someone who works for the centre as just a guard?
In the centre as a guard.
Okay.
Or would you rather be a prison security guard,
Yeah.
right, where you have authority, but you're in the most heavily incarcerated, like most dangerous, like inmates and shit like that?
And I definitely don't get staff discount.
What you do, you might be able to get yanked off by one of the prisoners.
No, I'm talking
His
about the
access-
shopping centre.
His access to the food court is what determines.
How's everything going here? Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, thank you.
You know
Welcome.
what? You know what? Because Dean does stuff at Shady, he gets 20% off the entire
Yeah,
centre.
yeah, I know.
I love it.
Yeah, I know.
That's fantastic.
Nevertheless, you didn't answer the question. Where would you rather be? Would you rather just be walk of the beat, but just be a layman, like no authority, nothing, just being
100% walking the beat.
ridiculed, or have a position of power,
Why would you ever want to
And
be
influence.
in a prison?
money? Why would you be a guard to begin with?
Because you can just get around doing nothing all day.
That's
Again,
true.
back to apathy.
What would you do?
If I don't get this discount, is it definitely ruled off? I enter the table. I need to know
You're such a schmuck. There's no discount.
at all.
No.
Why would I work there then?
Because it's a job. It's a
Why not go to another centre that's
You
got a
have
discount?
a choice between a prison and a shopping centre. That's your choices.
Yes.
There's no discount for either,
But the prison.
but there is a benefit that you might get yanked off by a prisoner.
Yes, but the prison role is one of more pedigree and like
Do they even get paid that well?
They do, man. Prison guards get paid. It's a hostile environment. It's depressing. You get abused.
Shopping centre.
Sorry, shopping centres.
Shopping centre.
Excuse me, do you know where this is? Do I look like I know where this is? I'm a security guard. Leave me alone.
Shopping centre.
Shopping centre for sure.
Your laziness and apathy, as well as your gluttony, is all coming out. In
So
one
you're
day.
saying prison guard?
I would
Why?
money, actual what's it called? Like I said, it's a position of pedigree behind the position itself.
Can I give you a better idea?
There's some people that don't care about the pedigree though.
Take the job at Southland, okay? Save up some money, go back and do an online education, get a
Start-
better job
Start
afterwards.
dealing with crypto.
Did I tell you about the time when the roof collapsed at Southland?
No.
Because of the heavy
not
rain?
long ago. Yeah.
That happened literally. That happened in eyeshot. And I was walking past and everyone's just standing there like, oh, what do we do? And all the cleaners are there. And they're like mopping. And the one cleaner, I died when I saw this. She actually squatted down and started picking it up the water by hand and throwing it in the bucket.
Boy.
Like her boss straight away, she's no, stop, don't do that, because obviously, look like an idiot. But that I think of that quite often.
You should have gone up to her and be like, do you want a hand? She's like, no.
Nah. I just died. It's like,
Yeah, here's one off the net. All right, and I've seen this one before. It's a revamp of like one that just gets passed around. Would you rather sit with a resting lion for 10 minutes or run across a hungry alligator's back?
Wait, say that again, sorry?
Would you rather sit in a pen with a lion that's just resting, right? That's just sitting there staring at you, or would you run across like a river thing with like alligators,
like Pitfall.
Yeah. What would you rather do?
Do you know the outcome of either?
No, it's whatever happens. Yeah, a lion can just sit there and stare at you. It can maul you. Crocs, if you're quick enough, you can run across the crocs.
Well, crocs aren't they notorious for being very slow on their back? Like once something's on their back, they can only do frontal attacks. They can't reach
They can
around.
spin, though. They can death roll.
The death
that's
roll,
only if
man.
they've
No
got
one
you
survives
clenched.
the death roll.
Only if they've got you clenched in a
I don't know
death
if that's a fact or not.
Yeah, but you've watched too many Indiana Jones movies.
roll. No, I haven't. I didn't even watch
This
Indiana
guy-
Jones.
I love-
I would grab the vine
Yeah,
hanging
this guy-
from the tree, swing across.
Like a galloping gazelle, just tiptoeing in ballet.
A
Like,
monkey will
gazelle.
reach out and grab me from the vine and pull me
he
up to the tree.
seriously sees himself like wearing a leather jacket and like running across the river. Just
Then,
Run
a
along,
hippo,
shut
then a
up.
hippo will come in
Yeah.
and squash one of the alligators. I'll run across.
He'll
No,
do
but
it
I'm saying
while holding a
gators
meat pie.
can't like they can't reach around their back, can they?
No, but you could literally take a slip on the leathery back of a gator or have it snap at you.
There's no guarantee that
All right,
you
so then I'll
don't
see with
slip.
the lion. Oh, but you realise the lion can maul you at him. All right, well, I'll go in the gator. All right, well, you realise the gator can slip on it. Like, what?
You see why this is a good idea? John, that is the essence of the exercise.
Yeah.
You're meant to weigh up the pros and cons.
It's how much calculated risk are you willing to take?
That's what I'm saying.
Can you get out of the cage? Is there a door? Is there a lock? Something you can pick? Do you have something
Well,
on
if
you?
I don't have a final result, what's the point in
There's
answering?
Oh my God. I can't believe I even suggested this.
I know.
Me thinking I was going to get mature, responsible.
For me, it would be an absolute calculated risk to say I'm in an enclosed space and I don't know if it's locked. I don't know if I can get out of it. In the wild,
10 minutes, you got to sit there with this line in the pen.
yeah. I could wake
You
up
have
at any
like
point.
little, those
Do you
little
know-
balls the cats like to chase.
Do you know, if
If
it's in a pen, I have to assume that it's starving because it's probably abused and not fed very well, right? So he's going to be hungry. He's going to wake up and be like, I just had the best dream about some steak and I'm finished. Running across a gator's back, sure, you can slip, you can fall. However, there's a chance that you don't. So I would take that path just based on risk.
It's a 20, and it's a 10-second sort of endeavor as opposed to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
playing the
It'll be a
odds.
quick, yeah.
You're playing the odds based on your physicality and your nimbleness.
Oh, then I'm slipping for sure. I'm dead. I'm dead either way.
The first gator. Nah!
It's like those MXR videos when they're running across the thing
No, do you know what
and they
happened?
slip on the first rock.
I wouldn't even.
Yeah.
Oh, bang! He just
I'd be like on the embankment part there, just like calculating this. I'd be like, all right, I can run across, and then a gator would just come out and grab me from the embankment.
like the shark eating the hanging gorilla.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one that last night's podcast that I was part of, but it wasn't my show. He was old mate was talking.
You're doing shows without us.
No, what's
going on, man?
It's a client that was in here.
Oh, okay.
But he had me sit in just as a secondary because
Right.
his regular guest host wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
He said he'd done one with he suggested one to his daughter. His daughter's like 6, so she's in the giggles.
Yeah.
And it was actually a good one. And I had to think about it. I actually had to think about it. Would you rather turn up to school naked for a day or take a crap on your teacher's desk in full view of like a full classroom?
Question. How old am I, and how old are the people around the school?
Let's assume you're a 16-year-old.
Around other 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
Not in a kindergarten.
And
or
how
anything.
solid is the movement?
Okay, let's say you're this is off the top of my head. You're a 16-year-old, so in your classroom of 16-year-olds. Mm-hmm. You can either get up and take a crap on your teacher's desk.
Is your teacher a piece of shit, or are they good?
The teacher's not even there. All right, it's just it's just a
Oh,
classroom.
then take a dump.
Okay, all right, hang on. I'll rephrase. Teacher's there, all right?
Oh.
The teacher's there. It's just a regular teacher, all right? There's no extenuating circumstances where they're going to find it funny or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Regular classroom, regular teacher. You're 16 years old. You literally just get up, pull your DAX down,
Yeah.
and drop a dump on their desk.
Yeah.
Or first bell, and you turn up and you're naked, and you just have to like
Take a dump.
Take the whole day as,
Take a
as
dump
naked.
every day.
Why?
Because I would.
'Cause I thought about it. If you live with an intimate partner, the one safe space is the bathroom. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Typically, it is.
It's a. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Every fucking time I go to the toilet and sit down and pull my phone out to enjoy my private time, conversation sparks because I can't escape. There's no escape at that
Lock
point.
the door.
There is no locks on doors. What kind of doors have locks these days? Everything's open.
Yeah, but I thought about it as in practicality, right? If you were at a nudist colony, even the toilets would have locks on them.
But people are still going to talk to you over the thing.
Open toilets. You still got that element of privacy.
For example, I took a piss 10 minutes ago. Did I
Okay.
close the doors? Did I close this door, that door? No.
I blocked it out of my head.
I'm surprised you couldn't smell my dick at that point.
I blocked it out of my head.
That's what that. I thought there was like a pungent smell. It kind of brought a tear to my eye. Why has he got a bit watery?
Bit of a piss stench.
Nevertheless,
Yes.
at a nudist colony, your toilets still have closing doors.
That's weird.
It's the truth.
I'd take a shit in front of you guys. I'm okay with it.
Okay, but you're missing the point.
What?
A classroom.
Yeah.
I would rather walk naked.
No.
Oh, that's a big call.
No.
Less long. It's not an intimate.
You're
You
not
can always change
act.
school.
You're not creating memories. You see, that's the
One is
problem.
an act.
Turning up to school naked isn't creating.
One
memories.
is an act of
No.
accident. The other one is a targeted dump. The targeted
Well,
dump
no one said it's targeted. You might have diarrhea.
Why would you just get up on a desk?
Why would you just get up and stand on a teacher's
You might have a
desk?
mental breakdown. It's not your fault.
One can result in
Not your
expulsion, and the rest of your the
no.
end of your.
Oh, and the other one just results in like sexual assault claims and
yeah,
you
but
could just leave school, go to another school, move
haven't
state,
seen-
there
go
will be
somewhere else.
police involved.
Yeah,
with
but
what
We're saying you're a teenager.
You're a minor.
You're a
You're a
child.
minor. You wouldn't get tried as an adult.
anyone over 12 can.
No,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
not for something like that. No one was harmed.
I'm sure a teacher would give me like a little brown bag or something to cover up. Oh, sorry, a sack.
A big gym bag.
Big gym bag.
A swag. Like,
Someone gives you a pencil, just cover up.
here's a tissue, mate. Seriously.
Oh, thanks.
And just keep free balling.
All right, come on. I came up with two. I came up with three. You give me one.
Would you rather
Oh, here we go. Why do I see?
be out in space? No, I'll take it seriously. I won't. Would you rather be out in space, drifting away from the spacecraft, knowing that there is absolutely no way back, or be out in the middle of nowhere in the ocean, no floaties, no nothing to grab onto, unknowing of the situation, unknowing of what's going on below you?
Ocean.
And why?
Because the spacecraft, it's definite. You're on the last leg. There's no way. There's no hope. And it's only a matter of time until your oxygen runs out.
I'm pretty sure at a certain point,
You'd pass
isn't
out.
it so cold or something like you
In
would
the
just-
ocean?
No, in space you would freeze eventually.
Yeah.
No, only if
You would either starve,
only if your suit
Dude.
only if your suit was breached.
or at that point you might as well just breach it because you know you're not getting out of that.
Okay.
You'd eventually pass out from either lack of gravity.
lack of oxygen, starvation.
Yeah. Your body wouldn't be able to be
but you
suspended.
de-
You fall into
Dehydration.
hypothermia pretty quickly in the ocean.
Are you bobbing up and down in the ocean, or you on a little raft or something?
Nope, you're bobbing up and down. There's nothing around you. There's nothing there. You could be
And we're talking like deep sea.
talking deep sea. You can't see nothing.
So you fell off like a ship or something.
You fell out of the sky and landed in the middle of the ocean. You got no idea how to get out. You don't know which way to go.
Or would you rather be eaten, Dim, or just pass out in space?
I think the isolation of space would mess with me a lot more. Psychologically.
Both of them, technically, right? Both of them shouldn't last too long, but I think space would last less. Like you'd last less in space, right? You'd die much quicker because of the limitations of oxygen at the minimum. But in the ocean, you'd succumb to hypothermia pretty quickly, and then, you know,
I would still say ocean, purely because other than the fact that there might be a chance that you get picked up, right? Which is slim to none.
yeah.
It's still familiar ground.
Right.
You're still looking up at the sky. You're still in familiar territory. Whereas in the space, there is no hope, and you're looking at the unknown.
Yeah.
Basically.
But isn't that see for me? There's almost like a serene beauty to that, like something that you wouldn't normally be used to or have the opportunity to see. Wouldn't you almost go out seeing something that's something that most people don't see?
I think psychologically you'd be a mess a lot more.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but yeah. What about you? So you pick ocean. That's
I'd say probably space.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why?
Just more so because I think you would probably, like you're saying, both don't have you're probably in almost certainty you'd die in both situations.
Space is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah. So at that point, you'd probably just pass out.
Yep.
and then that's it.
Everything will go pretty slow.
Whereas if you get in the water, there's a very high chance that something's going to eat you, and that's not going to feel very good at all.
Not if you survive the first bite.
Yeah. It burns.
I'm very badly burnt.
Can you imagine too? Because it's so salty in the sea. Once the first bite goes through, woo!
You'd be done pretty quickly.
You reckon? If it bit your leg off,
Not necessarily.
and there's just salty water like getting into the wound, and
You'd basically be torn from limb to limb.
yeah. Once the blood starts getting out, more things are coming to you as well.
It's like a nipply.
Oh my god!
I'll take the space option, man.
I mean,
And the only reason I say this is maybe it's unfair because from my personal experience as someone who has been resuscitated, there's like a weird peacefulness attached to like going out.
yeah, but isn't that just lack of oxygen?
What?
Peacefulness.
Don't know.
I thought it was just lack of oxygen.
I have no idea.
The drugs.
No, I drowned.
What?
I drowned when I was a kid.
You kidding?
Yeah, no. I drowned in my auntie's pool.
That
I had a
explains
ring on.
a lot.
I had a ring on, and all the adults went inside, and I was like, I'll just do one more dive. And I had a ring on me because I couldn't swim, and I dove, but it was like a really windy day. So when I dove, I went like head first almost, and then I flipped upside down. The ring caught my feet, and I couldn't get out of the ring. So
How thin was the ring?
it was pretty thin. I was a kid. It was tightly on, like it was tightly on me.
Dude, why would your feet get caught?
Because I couldn't swim, so I couldn't bring myself back up. So when my feet were like that, and the ring was around my heel and my toes, for example, like in my panic, I was panicking. Of course, I was panicking. And then that's it. I'm like staring out, and it's just like looking at the blue nothingness, and that was all I remember. That was it.
How old were you?
Maybe 10?
They never told me this.
Didn't I?
Nah.
Oh. Yeah, mum, like, so I was trying everything I could to get out. Like, but the panic ultimately takes over. Like, you don't think at that point, especially as a kid anyway. And so, no one saw me or heard me and blah, blah. And mum was like sitting outside of the fence, the protective gates. And she was like reading the paper. So that was covering everything. And then eventually at some point she put it down and saw me just like my feet just sitting there, not moving. She doesn't know how to swim either, mind you. She just jumps in, grabs me out, started screaming, and they all came out and resuscitated me back, and I came back.
Really? Holy shit.
Yeah. The original seconds were me panicking, like trying to get out. The one thing I do remember is the peacefulness after that. Like as soon as I realized I can't get out of this, you just stop. You stop fighting it. It's really weird. I do remember that, but everything else after, I
You ever fear of water now?
terrified. I've got that fear of...
Can you swim?
Nope.
Because you never tried again?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you try to learn to swim in order to avoid that situation?
Can't. I can get in water, but like I can't go past like my waist-ish.
Maybe that's why you can't have a shower.
No, well, yeah, maybe. Maybe.
They're deep diving tonight.
I can't handle like my ears going underwater. That how your ears close up or whatever. I can't handle that shit anymore.
So that's why the only other time St. Peter's ever had a day off was when he first met him as a kid and he had to send him back. And now when he does go, that'll be his second day off.
Because he can't handle it when it comes through.
You again!
We're going to need a few weeks to
We're
get
shut.
through this.
I'll be back in 5.
I'm gone fishing.
No, but that stems my fear of what's it called? Thalassophobia, whatever it's called, where you can't look at the water underneath. I can't do it.
What do you mean can't look at the water?
So if in deep water, because it's so dark under there,
Yeah.
I can't like that. If you show me a picture of something side on where it's got like the water in the middle and then underneath it's all dark and empty and then there's someone floating in the middle, like my example, that I can't handle that. Not my thing.
What if you're like in a pool that's like, chest high or waist high or whatever?
I don't like it. Doesn't sit well with me up here.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah, I won't go as higher than probably my stomach.
Yeah.
Why?
Anything
Why
I
you? Okay, he might
I can't
understand.
swim. I just can't swim.
have you
Just
tried?
staying afloat
Wait, have you tried?
just to stay afloat?
just so my feet are touching the ground. So
Did you ever try learning swim?
I tried learning, and every time I went to the pool in school trying to learn, I would always get sick straight afterwards.
Mentally, or like someone made you sick, or what?
No, I would just physically get sick, and we thought it was a reaction to the chlorine.
Oh.
Because in the beach and all that, I was fine.
Yeah.
But whenever I went to the pools, I would always get sick. So I just never learnt. I tried learning in year 12, I think it was, year 11, 12. That's when they tried teaching us, like, the PE teacher would take us out. And he tried teaching us, but we didn't go enough times to learn, so I can't float.
Yeah, same.
So that's why I just know
So if you go to the beach,
yeah.
you go up to like your chest or stomach and that's it.
No higher than my waist.
Yeah, yeah.
No higher than my waist.
Yeah.
I was running once back, and I can't remember which beach it was, and it was one, like they got the sand dune that's a little bit high, and then it just dropped suddenly.
Sandbar, you mean?
Like a sandbar type thing. So you're running
Peninsula.
float. No, I think it was...
or Aspendale.
yeah, I think it was that one, yeah, and I was running on it, and I was looking back, and I just went straight under because it was a deep drop, and I was under for about a good 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And I came up, I was like, oh, that's, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not that bad. I have a problem like with swimming because when I was a kid, obviously I had shit lung capacity, so I learned how to swim, but I couldn't swim for distance.
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe. Like,
Yeah.
physically, because of my asthma, I just couldn't breathe. So I have a problem. I don't have a problem being in water. Actually, when I go to the beach, I go up until like my neck. Like it doesn't bother me as long as I know I've got footing. I'm fine. Second, I don't have footing. I've got to swim back to get to footing again because I know that my lung capacity won't be
If you
enough.
get further than that,
Yeah.
you're in trouble, yeah.
My lung capacity physically won't hold me.
Yeah.
But having said that, to strengthen my lungs, I used to sit in I remember I went to Barwon Heads once. It's when I went skydiving. So I was staying at a hotel in Barwon Heads somewhere, or Torquay. And there was like a drop pool, like a diving pool in the hotel, in the resort. So it was like good.
Like a cold plunge?
Yeah, like 4 meters. No, but it was a big size pool.
Right.
But the deep end got really deep.
Oh, okay.
So like we're talking 4 meters plus. Like, you if you went all the way to the bottom, you look up and you could see the surface of the pool. And I remember like dropping down to the bottom, sitting on the bottom of the pool and regulating my breathing. And then eventually like coming back up. I had no problem doing that. If I've got goggles on, if I can see, I have no problem. I just don't like water going into my eyes because my eyes would get really red from the chlorine.
Yeah.
But as long as if I've got goggles on, I've got no problem falling to the bottom of a pool and just like splashing around and then going back up. That's insane. I didn't know that about you, man. That's epic. 10 years old. Lack of oxygen. Shit.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah, real close. Really close. So that was interesting, but...
Fuck me. All right, you need one now.
Yes, please.
Because I've done 3. He's done
I don't
2.
know.
Make
if
it a goodie.
Well, I don't want to get too ridiculous.
I was asking you
You can get us... Yeah.
say whatever you want.
Go nuts.
I had prisoners of war in Poland, for fuck's sake.
Or taking a shit on a desk. Go nuts.
Auschwitz or coprophilia.
If this was a brackets, we literally have Auschwitz, but you survive or take a shit on your teacher's desk. It's a nice teacher.
That's a nice teacher.
You survive.
Would you rather... Okay, how's this? Would you rather be... Seeing as we're talking about Auschwitz, would you rather be a...
Why are we going back to Auschwitz?
No, it's just along that theme.
Oh,
Would you rather be...
Would you rather be Hitler's right hand man or left hand man?
Well, along those lines, would you rather be... I'm trying to think... Would you rather be...
Leader of the SS or his propaganda minister?
Would you rather...
Here we go.
This is what I'm trying to think. Would you rather
Tom's
be...
recruiting right now.
Would you rather be a citizen in Germany leading up to World War II, or a citizen in Russia, USSR? And that's what I'm trying to think. If it should be like Bolsheviks era, like leading up to the revolution, or if it should be like leading up to World War II as well.
Either of them fatal.
You're a sad man. Are you a
that's it.
minority? Are you a Jewish man in Germany leading up to World War II? Or are you a dignitary?
No,
Working
no, that's
for
what I'm
Adidas.
thinking. No, would you rather be?
What are all these tanks coming in for? Are we going to war?
No, you are just.
Listen,
So you are regular.
change your plans. You're going to be making these.
Kristanovich, come here.
You're going to be making these runners from now on. And it's got like a little Reich single on the bottom.
What's a Russian guy's name?
Trotsky?
First name.
Leon? Vladimir?
You're a regular of Vladimir who supports the Bolsheviks. Just like you're a predominant, you're not like anyone that's prominent or anything. You're just a regular.
You're just
schmuck.
Vlad.
You're just Vlad, who's trying to get his potatoes
vodka.
going and get in line to get his bread
So it's heavy communism.
as just a regular citizen, but you're in support of it. Or
Do you have to go to war?
Yeah, but the government doesn't care
this is
either way.
this is leading up to World War
The
II.
government does not care if you're in support of the government.
but
or
you've
not.
got that-
You're fodder. Like,
Yeah, I'm not talking about World War II. I'm talking during the period between World War I and World War II. You are a
How
very big.
specific do you want to be?
You're a very big supporter. So you have been brainwashed that you love this regime.
Uh-huh.
Or would you rather be a German in between World War I and World War II and you love this regime?
So either way, you're going to be given
No,
a gun and put at the front lines of something.
Eventually. Depending how old you are. If you're in Russia, you're dead either way. Germany, if you're young, you might last till the last line. Defending Berlin. Difference does it make? You're fucked either way. Berlin, if you're in Germany...
All right. Would you rather be
In Germany...
Would you rather be a brown shirt or a Bolshevik at the revolution?
I don't know enough about them
Okay.
to come up with a...
This is a piss poor.
I don't know. You put me on the
I
spot.
love how it had to come back down to dictatorship, authoritarianism.
Well, I need
death,
to know who I
murder.
can rely on out of the two of you.
I'll take Bolshevik.
Wow. Okay.
He makes a little tick in his notes over there. Like,
That says he's very prone to not caring who dies.
Be careful of this one.
He's not partial.
Potential leader?
God.
No, I don't know.
Okay, here's one.
Would you rather Crips or Blood?
Crips had the better music.
Oh, okay.
Crip, just so I can say I'm a crip.
Okay.
Bald. Timmy!
Come on.
Remember when they joined
Okay.
the Crips?
Would you rather be
I didn't get an answer.
out of what? Crips and Bloods?
No, Bolsheviks or
I don't know
brown
enough
shirt.
about
Okay.
Yeah.
Bolshevik.
All right, would you rather be...
I can tell you all
Okay.
about it as much as you want.
Hang on. Would you rather be a serf in the Middle Ages?
You love those serfs. You love them.
Hang on.
Okay.
But you live in decent conditions. As
Okay.
in, you work...
Surf,
you got
hands
a
down.
bucket.
Surf, hands down.
You don't let me finish.
Surf. Yeah.
It's Middle Ages,
Yeah.
right? You live in that shitty life, but you survive, right? Like you got your family, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Or would you live in New York in high finance, working 80 hours a week?
And work on level, and work at Tower 3 or something?
No, not at
Okay.
Tower 3. But
Yeah.
it's around the time of like the crash of
Ooh.
in the 80s, the stock exchange crash, where
People were jumping off.
people were losing it, and you're like your balls are in a vice. Like
So this is
they're-
30s depression.
No, 80s era Wall Street
okay,
crash.
Okay.
Yeah, not 30s, 80s. But you're working like 90, 100 hours a week in high finance, like like that sort of environment. You have no life. Like you're doing drugs to stay awake, basically, to go back to work and deal with more pressure as the market's about to implode.
Do I get a toilet or do I have to do something else in the surf? As a surf?
When did plumbing hit the Middle Ages?
Plumbing was already around.
Yeah, no, but surf
Did
didn't
every...
yeah, they didn't have plumbing in every serfdom.
Surely I'm bucketing.
Dude, London, they were still like throwing
Yeah.
sewage out in
Yeah.
the streets of
It
London.
was only like in the 20s, wasn't it?
yeah,
They
that
introduced
was
plumbing.
less than 100 years ago.
No, I'd go surf them. I would. Because you'd have a family, you'd have something, even though you were a slave, you'd still have something of your own, which was your family.
But you're probably going to die by 35.
It's all right. This guy, It's better than throwing myself off a
I
skyscraper.
was about to say, you're probably going to die by 35 in the other
But
example.
if you're in high finance,
I mean, that is-
there's it's not certain that you're going to go, but everything you're working towards may implode eventually.
Yeah. So what do you have to show for yourself after all that?
I don't know, high society, business cards.
I'm a failed.
Pull and wait.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah. Yeah.
That was a Psycho reference.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Actually, that was in my my brackets.
Oh, yeah, it was.
The worst sequels. That was a terrible sequel.
The problem with that bracket is we have to have seen all those movies, and I don't think we've all seen them.
I think there's a good chance we have. Or at least know enough about the movie to not... Like, there's sequels that I purposely didn't watch because I didn't want to ruin...
Yeah.
See, the best part is that most sequels are absolutely terrible.
That's
No,
not
not
true.
necessarily.
You think there's a higher number of sequels that are better?
No. Not that there's a high number of them, but there are sequels that are genuine contenders for being as good or better than the first
But
one.
would you say, what I was getting at is that if you looked at it as a scale of 100%, would it be 50%? Or do you think it'd be the theme is 80% of sequels are terrible?
I'd say at least probably 60%.
Right, over half. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in today's era, sequels are generally better. Not better, but they're better than they were in the 80s and 90s. Because it's less... There's more pressure on them to create a franchise out of
Yeah.
it.
But
So
the-
they don't just do what they did in the 90s where they just get a script and just rehash it. So
Yeah, but they also
grab.
play it much safer in these sequels.
Yeah, 100%.
And,
They don't push the envelope.
No. But I think the problem was with a lot of the sequels in the past was if it was, say, it was a comedy or whatever, they'd always just rehash the same jokes.
Yeah, guaranteed.
So, yeah.
What are you trying to say about Rush Hour?
Oh, Rush Hour.
I still
know
haven't
they're
seen-
good movies.
I haven't seen any of them.
Any of them. They're good, very good movies.
Really?
Not even the first one.
Nope.
Are you kidding?
That's a fantastic
No, I'm
film.
not.
Why? Here it comes.
Wipe yourself off. You're bleeding.
It's good.
Or my answer.
I guess.
I feel like it's going to be shit, but go for it.
It's going to be a shit answer. Sorry, Andrew. When it came out, I'd lost interest in... I'm not going to say I lost interest in movies. I just wasn't interested in... Like, I used to...
Is it because it's an Asian and a black person?
No, dude, I love Jackie Chan movies. I grew up on watching all these 80s ones. I love Jackie Chan's movies from the 80s.
But you won't
And
support him
early
in
90s.
Rush Hour?
I just thought it was just another buddy cop movie with
It's a good one.
typical cliche black guy, like East meets West, one guy. And take Chris Tucker, he's not subtle. You know what I mean? He's outlandish. And I love Chris Tucker. Money Talks is one of the best movies ever. But take his outlandish, extroverted personality, pair it with a humble, stoic Chinese dude, comedy ensues. Like, yeah, I get it, dude.
It does.
But it's the same shit.
As what?
Everything else.
What else has been black guy meets Chinese man?
Every other buddy movie.
But that's the whole point. They play off each other.
They were very early into a buddy movie, though.
No, but I'm not a fan of the buddy cop movies. Like, there's only few that I like Armed and Dangerous, John Candy.
But is that because you haven't watched them?
No, like, I saw what I saw, like the previews. I saw the same trailer.
It's
you
a good
guys saw,
movie.
and I was just like, like, maybe I'll go down that rabbit hole, like, I'll binge them all this weekend. You know what I mean? I just wasn't...
Talking about movies, you sent me a picture of something that you were downloading.
That was meant to go to someone-
hello.
that was meant to go to someone else.
Progress bar was like at 99%. Did you end up watching it?
Did I send you?
The Count of Monte Cristo.
No. I downloaded...
All right, thanks for listening, everyone.
I found it. I found it on my hard drive by accident and realised it had finished.
Yeah.
I just left my computer overnight,
Oh, okay.
like, and it popped up finally. That took like 3 months to download.
Why?
Couldn't find it.
Really?
Yeah. Don't worry, I have it now. Maybe I'll watch it this weekend.
I hope you do.
I actually
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Don't let us
I
know
think
how
it's
it
a good
goes.
film.
look at it.
I think it's a good film.
All right, hang on. Now I'm curious about this bracketsy.
Would you rather watch Count of Monte Cristo
1,000 times.
Whatever the other option is.
All right. Maybe we don't have to turn it into a bracketsy, but we just turn it into a
or let's maybe just discuss them.
Okay. All right. I think that's probably the best way to do it because, again, it's subjective and, you know.
Oh, no, they're shite.
All right. Look, I actually came up with a pretty comprehensive list.
I think you did.
We're not going through the list now.
No,
There's only 16 of
there's
them.
only a few of them, man.
It's all right. Think it can't be.
Relax.
It's okay.
We don't have to. We're not coming up with a definitive
My
winner.
chicken is clucking, but anyway.
Relax. All right. First one I've got here is Ace Ventura. Mm-hmm. Right. Ace Ventura 2, which I argue is just as good as the first one. It's different tone of film.
They only used maybe 2 jokes from the first one. Yeah.
Just his style of talking. But
Just like a glove joke and...
yeah. But
I think that's it,
his
isn't it?
catchphrase. It's not like it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
reusing a joke.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see Son of Ace Ventura?
No.
No.
I read a review on. I watched a YouTube review on it like a couple of years ago. Didn't even know it existed.
No, never heard of it.
They insinuated that he had a son, and the son was like 8 years old.
I've
And
seen
was
them.
a detective the same way.
There's a dude that's got a channel on YouTube and he talks about terrible movies.
Maybe that's what it was.
And I've seen it on there, but I completely forgot what it was
Yeah.
about now, yeah. The baby gets the mask, I think, and then the dog or something.
That's the mask, man. I'm talking about Son of Ace Ventura.
Oh, sorry. Ace Ventura. I think you said
Yes.
Son of the Mask. Oh, no, I didn't know that. No,
Son
no.
of Ace Ventura.
Oh.
It was like a prequel and not a prequel, and like it was just ridiculous.
The money grab.
Yeah.
Ruined it, like absolutely ruined it. And the little shit that they had playing his son just didn't have the charisma to pull it off either way. Yeah, Son of Mask was the next one.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
what I was
because it was the
thinking of,
Mask
yeah.
and then Son of Mask.
Jeez,
That's
they're
Jamie Kennedy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was terrible.
I never
apparently,
saw
as well.
it. I just said nah.
Yeah, same.
Not touching it. Did you watch it?
No, that's the one I saw on that channel. And basically, the baby gets the mask, I think, and then like the house is getting robbed or something. I don't know. It was just bullcrap.
Okay. There's some here that I wrote down that were in your list.
Yeah.
You would definitely have on yours if you thought up one to yourself.
Wow.
No, I'm just saying, like, the standard movies. The Crow sequels.
I never
Yeah,
seen that. I've never seen the first one, so I can't even say that I've seen the second.
First one was, like I said, perfect movie, right? As far as a superhero movie in the 90s, literally peak. Everything was good about it.
But was that a superhero movie?
yeah,
was.
he's a comic book character.
Oh, it is a comic book character.
yeah.
Oh, well, there's a better name for a superhero, though, for him. I can't remember what it is.
No, it's like a comic book adaptation.
Is he like an
He's an
anti-hero?
anti-hero.
Yeah, anti-hero, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a Punisher or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But then Edward Furlong was in the next one, City of Angels, whatever it was called. Flopped. But then they made a TV series about it as well.
Oh, really?
With that Damascus, whatever, who was
Yeah.
the actor that played him in, the actor that played the Crow in the TV series was like the guy that became Kickboxer 3, like best of the best 5, like the standard go-to martial artist that would appear in all the movies. He looked like poor man's Brandon Lee.
Oh, okay.
He was. I'm not saying he wasn't a talented martial artist, but he literally popped
Is
up
that the
in
guy that ended up being the Highlander as well?
Highlander.
Yeah, you know the Highlander, not the Highlander movie.
Lambert?
No, they did sequels, and then like he was
I don't know.
in the sequels. Okay.
No idea, man.
All right.
Anyway, Rocky 5?
That's the one with Tommy Gunn, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the problem with that movie was that it wasn't like a ring fight, a proper fight.
Yeah, it was a street fight.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Look, I actually like it as an entertaining movie, right? It's like if you just watch it just for entertainment purpose, you know, just to kill a Saturday afternoon. But in line with where Rocky 4 took the franchise, like 5 was disgusting.
Yeah.
And then they recovered. I think they recovered with Balboa.
Yeah,
The last
that was
one.
a fantastic film.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. I had Home Alone 3.
Never seen it.
I don't remember it, but I've seen it for sure.
I never watched it because I avoided it because of the trailers. But they made like Home Alone 5. I think they're up
They
to now.
rebooted it now,
Then
didn't
they rebooted it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they rebooted it.
Considering what Macaulay Culkin, Pesci, and Stern did for 1
Yeah.
and 2, to go from that to 3 was just like, nah, man. Like,
What was the drastic change to 3?
They had like multiple burglars, different kids.
So they just ran out of ideas and threw a bunch of shit together.
Pretty much, yeah. Right? American Psycho 2 was my next one. Killed the whole spirit. It had nothing to do with the book, had nothing to do with the actors.
Yeah.
Just they tried to turn it into some bullshit comedy.
What was the point? Oh, yeah. What was the point of that?
It was a female killer this time.
Yeah, but like,
Cash grab.
yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Because Bale was starting to get notoriety as a decent actor. So it's like, well, let's see what we
A
can.
lot of these companies, these production companies, will have the rights to the film still or to the work, the IP. Like, all right, well, this person's going to be to work, and there was a bit of success. Let's try and just churn out another one. And they usually get under the radar. But this was in a day when you had a lot of stuff that could just go straight to VCR.
Yeah.
It wouldn't release on, or straight to DVD. It wouldn't release, even get a theatre release.
But these days, it's like they'll just go straight to Netflix.
Or now they just don't even release it.
What, they just make movies and leave them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, he's right.
Really?
Yeah.
What, just leave them on the can? Like, as in...
They go on the back burner for another day.
Like, what movie was it? There was one just now, they like, oh, we're not going to release it completely, and they just decide to not release it at all.
Oh, the Batgirl ones.
Movies. Yeah, Batgirl. Yeah. They made a Batgirl
they
movie.
finished it. They finished the whole thing.
Production, everything.
They said it's never gonna make the day of light. Never.
Yeah, it was that bad.
It was that bad during the previews
testing audiences.
Yeah. It was that bad. It was that bad.
Who was in it?
I don't know.
What's her name?
Hang on,
Ruby
look it
Rose
up.
or whatever.
Oh, God.
No, that was a TV show.
Dude, I saw her in...
Was it?
Dude,
Yeah,
I saw
that
her
was
in
a
Oh no,
John
she was black.
Wick.
She was a black girl.
No, that was a TV show as well, wasn't it?
Oh,
no, it wasn't.
dude.
Oh, no, I think you're right.
I think she was a black girl with curly hair.
Yeah.
I binge watched the John Wick movies over the last weekend.
How bad is she in the second one? Oh. I do like the second one, but she just... Yeah.
I'm sorry, like the first one's sick,
Yeah.
right? The second one is...
I think she lets it down.
Dude, she's a hitman. Like,
Yeah.
she's meant to be... Obviously, she's staying in the... what's it called? The name of the building?
The hotel thing. Yeah.
The hotel... Continental.
Yeah,
Continental.
that's it, yeah,
I think the good thing about the John Wick movies is, like, she's with him, and so, therefore she must be good, and, like, you know, maybe she might stand a chance. Obviously, she's going to die, or maybe, you know...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. But he just destroys... He just absolutely destroys her.
But that's what I'm saying. Dude,
Like, it doesn't matter who you are in
I
those
was
movies.
watching
In
it.
multiple ways.
I was watching it,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
then her stupid face pops up and went, oh, fuck. I
Yeah.
literally said it
Yeah.
out loud. I went, I forgot about this idiot.
What do you think of the third one?
I like all of them.
I like them all, but I felt the third one dragged on with too much action.
Yeah.
It's from
Yeah,
start to
yeah,
finish
yeah, yeah.
almost.
The
And it
second
just
one
a
was
bit
like that as well, though. There was more kills in the second one than there was in the third.
Really?
Yep.
I went and saw the third one in the cinemas. Now, because
So, yeah, I did too.
I feel... Because I've only ever seen it the one time.
I think we
the third
watched
one.
it together, didn't we? We watched one of them together, I think.
Did we? Are
Yeah.
you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I watched the third one, I think they did something with the sound. Like they made the sound was different, definitely. So I don't know if it was because in the cinemas the sound was a bit different. The gunshots when they were going off sounded more sharp and piercing to the ear. So it actually put me off as opposed to the first two.
John calls up the audio editor from, like, Universal Studios.
Excuse
Excuse me.
And so therefore because it
I have
dragged
a
on for so
degree
long.
in audio engineering.
I'm a nearing middle age, and they've got
You know
a
how
big
they
problem
release
with
like
your cinematography.
you know how they do some movies
And editing.
sometimes with like special audio or something? You know how they do them sometimes with special audio?
What do you mean special audio?
Sometimes they'll do like a movie as like a promotion for some sort of new tech that they're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
And I think that's what they did for that
Right.
movie.
Okay.
It
Let
didn't
me-
quite
let me
tune
tell
to
you
your
something.
earpiece.
Let me tell you something as an audio engineer, okay? When you look at a movie, right?
Yeah, no, Mr. Professional, go on.
This is something I know about, all right? When you look at a movie, let's take John Wick, okay? And there's a scene of him, walking into the Continental, right? And speaking to the bloke behind the counter.
Yeah.
98% of the sounds that you hear aren't from
The scene.
recording of that scene.
They do it
They're
later.
all recreated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
All the Foley.
So maybe whatever they did for the gunshots in that film, I don't know what it was, but it was just too sharp.
Pew,
and
pew,
busy.
pew.
And for anyone who doesn't know, is that because the ambience is too open on set that you can't get the proper sounds, right?
There's a lot of reasons. One reason is because a lot of the shit's green screen now.
Yeah.
So you can't get the sounds recreated.
Reverberating
Yeah.
off whatever, yeah.
Another one is because it's just easier to recreate the sound than try and capture everything.
So they've got a guy in the back.
100%.
And
They got an
edit it
old
down.
75-year-old Asian guy in the back with the horses.
Dude, it's like, when I
He can recreate every sound with two chopsticks. Everything.
Bang, bang!
stabbing sounds, sliding sounds.
Thunder's just like...
Eating noodles.
Why is every scene set in Chinatown? Does that make some sense?
I don't know.
Did he eat anything else? No. there's a lot of reasons, man.
Yeah.
It's just easier to, rather than risk having some dickhead with a boom mic, or wearing like a lapel mic, to try and capture sound. Send it to the lab.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Get the slide in the guts of the
Look,
last
maybe
one.
it was just the audio was too loud. I don't know, but that's not the main detractor for that for me. It was just I felt it dragged too long.
But
Raving reviews on 4.
And why go like the whole point of like what was the point of getting rid of the finger and then coming back and then changing your mind? And like,
the finger.
like that was dumb. Not dumb, but it was just like it was irrelevant plot point.
That was scraping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the 4, so I don't know if it's any good.
Well, I binge watched the 3 so I could see. Like I've seen them, but I hadn't seen them since.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let's refresh. I'm
I
gonna
watched
watch
the
them.
first one at least once every couple months, I reckon, a couple weeks. Just bits. I go through it pretty quickly.
Having just seen part 2 and 3, I go to my
That's so
favorite bit.
weird.
In between, what's it called? Shawshank and
You do what I do with porn, but for movies.
What's that?
Revisit it every couple of weeks, but just skip through it. To the
Yeah, the best bits. Yeah, of course.
Pizza Man rocks up to the door.
Ding dong. All right, skip.
His pants around his ankles. Come shot in the face. The end. Andy's done 34 seconds.
And now Andy just wants to know what the topping is.
He's done in 34 seconds.
I see they've got one of those pizza box lifters for the lid.
Why is there a hole in the box?
Meat lovers, nice. Tomato based. It's a barbecue base.
Fast forwards.
Nice joke.
He's still waiting for the day for one of them to bring in a potato pizza.
Oh,
Production value.
I'd
Just
go
gone to
for a
shit.
potato pizza. Jesus.
Anyway,
Yeah, so you're watching the Wick movies, yeah.
yeah, I have no interest in watching 2 and 3
Did you watch
again.
4?
No, but that's why I'm binge watching. So I got a message from a mate today or yesterday saying, "Hey, when are we free for 4?" And I said, "Oh, maybe Monday or whatever."
I like the build up in 2, like of him planning it all out and then the escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then once, like you said, once kind of everyone turns on him and the hits on him, it's like, it's not as good.
It's a nice.
it was an obvious thing.
The first one was like, he's the freaking boogeyman and he's coming for you and there's nothing you can do. Whereas this
setup.
one, he's
Great
on the run.
setup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The setup is just the best.
Yeah. Super good.
One of my favourite scenes is when, literally at the start, when the Russian kid goes to, what's his name?
To the
Sting.
dad.
He's like, "Would you-" No, not even the dad. When he goes to the car yard.
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
yeah,
top
yeah.
shop. He's like, "Where'd you get this car?" He's like, "No, I just stole it." And he punches him. He's
Yeah.
like, "Do you know what you've done?" And
Yeah.
Then he
The
calls
panic.
the dad.
Tell your dad to call me.
And then the guy calls him. He's like, "Why'd you hit my son?" "Because I have John Wick's car in my thing." He's like, "Oh." And it just hangs up.
But the setup is so good, right? Because you automatically assume that this guy is going to like lay the smack down on the car yard dude.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
So, like, thank you for your call, basically.
it's so good. It is
My
so
apologies.
good. Yeah, exactly. It's awesome.
This is the guy that killed someone in the bar with a pencil. Three good dudes with a pencil. Yeah. I know the
Damn, I
story.
should go back and watch.
Yeah.
Look, the second one is good for just the first half an hour of like revisiting the first one, basically. The third one just gets too chaotic.
Yeah.
And I hate Halle Berry, man. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like Ruby Rose. She was in the movie for like 4 scenes.
There's 2 people I watch Wick for, and I'm sure everyone's the same.
The thing that I've kind of feel, not that annoys me, but I just find like the illusion of the underworld in the first one, like, oh yeah, okay, so something's going on.
Because you
And
don't know about it.
Yeah, and so they elaborate on a bit in the second one, like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand. It's still not in the third one. It's right up in your face,
Yeah.
like
There's the mystery
this is how
gone.
it works and this and that. And like, actually, this doesn't sound that good. Like,
You haven't seen the fourth one?
no, you're gonna go out in the desert to track down the head of the whole thing,
That was ass.
and he's living in tents.
The guys, you'd think it'd have like a
Palace.
Yeah, at least like an RV or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With a big screen. They're just driving around. That makes sense.
Yeah.
This is MTV Cribs. In a tent.
The guy's in an RV in the Sahara, just driving around. I control the world's entire Hitman estate and market. You know what I mean? From my RV, of course. He's got the recliners and the baster. Fuck me. Anywho,
The paste.
What were the other ones?
I had Police Academy 7. With
I actually, in all honesty, I've probably seen all the police academies, but I don't know which one's which.
I say too.
I've watched all of them.
Yeah.
I grew up watching them.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you grew up on them, yeah.
Mimicking them, repeating them.
Same.
All of them were freaking brilliant, except for 7.
Was that the one when they was like back in action or whatever and they will come back?
Moscow.
Oh, yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They lean in on these Russian stereotypes. And It was
Yeah.
just like, the franchise was already dead before that.
Yeah.
Dead in the water. But they waited like so many years to make
When
7.
did they bring out 7?
That would have been mid-90s.
Early 90s.
Early 90s,
Yeah, hang
right.
on. Wait a second. Mission of Moscow.
Because I was going through, just looking up like bad sequels, and quite a few of the police academies were actually on a lot of the lists, like several of them.
First few, brilliant.
Yeah.
Great. Like,
94.
really good.
And the 6th one, Police Academy, was City Under Siege, I'm pretty sure it was
Holy
called.
shit, what was the first one?
Could have been.
Early 80s, man.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Under Siege came out in 89, so they waited 5 years to make Moscow. Like, what for?
Because so you can already tell that there was a
5 years, man. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Hang on. Police Academy 1 came out in 84. So they waited 20 years. No, 10 years, sorry. Man, they really banged out that many?
I think 1 was still my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, 1 or 2? I can't remember.
I think 2.
Maybe it was 2.
I've got a soft spot for 2.
It could have been 2.
Red-
Which one was the one with the locker rooms?
They all had locker rooms, dude. They were cops.
Did they? No. The nude locker rooms and the goldfish.
Again.
Did they all have them? With the goldfish? Did they all have the goldfish?
Yeah. Lassard had a goldfish.
Throughout the whole thing?
Birdie, sorry. He called it Birdie.
Did it have it through every movie?
He's got it's a prime plot point in number 5, sorry. Mission to Miami Beach.
Maybe it was number
How do I
5.
know this shit,
Dude,
man?
you remember way too much.
These are terrible movies. 5 is freaking... Okay, I've got a soft spot for 2. 5's probably my favourite, just based on the villain.
Who was the villain in that one?
Tony. He's the guy from Star Trek. France. He had that... It was French or something. It was definitely in Star Trek. He had a weird face. He was like a Miami villain. He had like the slick hair with the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... I probably rewatched that the most, man, and then 2 after that. I never owned 1 until years later. I've only watched 1 like a couple times.
I don't know why. I'm drawn to 2.
2's the best. 2's really good. Back in Training. It's the
can't
first
remember what
assignment.
they said,
First
yeah.
assignment, sorry, not Back in Training.
I have to go back and watch
I thought
them.
you would have loved them.
Dude, they're worth it.
I loved watching them when they were on, but I never like. We
I had
never,
them
we
on
never
tape.
had them. We never
I had
had
them on
them.
tape.
We never had them. It wasn't the movies that we watched. Ours was, mine was all Abbott and Costello movies and Jerry Lewis movies.
Yeah.
So that's what I grew up on.
Okay, one more movie. Return to the Blue Lagoon.
Yeah, that one there. I heard, that was on a lot of lists.
You remember
too.
Freaking, what's her name? Brooke Shields was in the first one,
Yeah.
and she was like a minor, and they had nude scenes with her.
Yeah,
And then Return to the Blue Lagoon was like the same story again.
it was their kids.
It was their kids.
Was it or some
Because they were
other
on
kids?
the boat. The parent, as they were on the boat trying to get out of there.
I thought the parents
and
died.
they took those. Well, at the end of the first one, they'd eaten those berries to like essentially kill themselves, right? To sleep. They were sleeping berries, and then they survive because there's a boat rocking up. At the end of the first one, at the start of the second one, they're dead.
Yeah,
Anyway, so it's essentially the same story again,
yeah.
but with just
Mila Jovovich is in it.
is it really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched it like once or twice when I was a kid. It was on TV.
Yeah, I just know because of the picture. Because I was, like I said, I was going through some lists, and it was on all of them.
I don't know. Would you say
For bad?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3?
I liked it.
3?
I liked it. No,
Dude.
no. It wasn't my favorite though, but I liked
No
it.
chance! Me and Malaka tried watching it like a year or two ago at his house.
But they had Casey Jones.
We were watching 3, and the entire time we're like, this is terrible. And we kept quoting number 2, so we ended up watching number 2 right after that. We switched number 3 off right at the end.
Look, I haven't seen 3 in quite a few years.
Dude, it does not hold weight.
No.
I remember going to the movies to watch 3. I was pumped. And even then, as a kid, I was just like, this is crap.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, I recognised that it was terrible.
Casey Jones though.
Nah.
No?
No, he's not. He's a shell of himself. He's fading away.
Well, I had others. Hold on. He's getting carby.
I don't have carbs.
No, I'm just saying it to Steve.
Actually, I had Eminem.
Ah, you liar.
He had an M&M.
You tempted me, man. I saw them in the fridge.
He had an M&M.
Had
Therefore,
three.
he should be reprimanded. And,
Had three
and
M&Ms.
quartered.
Matrix 3.
Trash.
Trash. That ruined an entire franchise.
It did. It killed the
They
whole
were
thing.
primed to like set up an entire like universe for that, and it just killed it in
I
the
watched
arse.
it once. Don't remember it.
Not worth remembering. Very bad. Ooh, what about Blade?
Speed 2.
Speed 2.
That was terrible, wasn't it? Cruise Control, whatever it was called.
I don't think it was that bad.
I think I've seen half of it.
I don't think I saw this. Oh yeah, I think I saw it once.
Young Guns 2.
Oh,
Did you do 3?
I don't know about 3. I remember 2. That was terrible.
it was terrible.
Considering the first one had like everyone in it.
Yeah, superstardom. Yeah,
Oh, the other 2 honorable mentions that I had. Problem Child 3.
I don't remember the third one.
I don't remember the third one either.
The second one was on a lot of lists too.
The second one was brilliant.
Yeah.
I loved it. Right?
Yeah.
There's so many cool characters in that movie. The third one, I remember watching on video. I got 4 minutes in. I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Different actors. Just like the tone of it just became all campy and lampoony. It was just terrible, man.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
When Harry Met Lloyd or the Dumb and Dumber 2, like the actual sequel with Jim Carrey.
What's the Harry Met Lloyd one?
That was the one they did after, but it wasn't
It was a prequel.
2. Yeah.
They were in high school.
So it's a prequel to 1.
Dumb and Dumber 2 when Harry Met Lloyd.
Dumb and Dumberer.
That is the prequel. It's without Jim Carrey and
The one when they meet in like
High
his
school.
No, the one when they finally goes up to him, he's like catatonic.
that's Dumb and Dumber 2.
I thought they called that Dumb and Dumberer.
No, they called that Dumb and Dumber 2.
That's the one they did
T.O.
not long ago.
Yeah, they did
right?
that like 7 years ago.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
I've said it 100 times in this podcast. I walked out after like 14 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally walked out. I'm like,
I didn't even know they did
I never
a prequel.
watched it. I heard it was bad. I just never
I
watched it.
didn't even know they did a prequel.
That prequel came out in like the late 90s or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were in high school when it came out.
The next Karate Kid.
What, the Jaden Smith one?
No, that was a Karate Kid. The one with
What's her name? She was in the $100 Million Baby, wasn't she?
yeah, she got an Oscar.
What's her fucking name? Jennifer something?
No, it's
Hang on. That is the one we're talking about, right? $1 Million Baby?
Yeah.
$1 Million Baby. Shit, that movie came out in 2004. Wow. Okay. Who's in it? I can't even get a name. Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That was pretty bad.
I never watched it.
Yeah.
What was bad about it?
The whole thing, like it was just like
The whole thing.
the story was just crap and it
Money
was just
grab.
reaching a money grab. That's what it was.
Kickboxer 2. Kickboxer 2, man. Robocops. The Robocops.
Yeah.
I heard like Robocop 3, I think, was at the cinemas for like a week.
Do you?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. They pulled it.
Do you think? No, go.
I don't remember anything besides 1, to be honest.
Do you think Terminator 3 was a bad film?
Terminator 3. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't stand up as a movie
No,
compared to the
no
first
way.
one. No way. Not in any
No,
way.
not even
No way.
close.
You know what was it? You know what I liked about it? 2 different things. The scene where they're at the cemetery and he's holding the casket and he's shooting
Yeah,
at
that was
everyone.
cool. Yeah.
That was just a cool looking scene,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
it sort of was like a throwback to like, the strength of holding a casket while firing at random people. And then there was a deleted scene. Did you ever see the deleted scene? All right. Let's make that do you want to make that the closing? Because this guy's going to fade
Well, I
away.
just had to say one more movie.
Yeah, go.
Did you watch the latest trilogies of the Star Wars films?
I refuse to.
So I went and watched The Force Awakens. That was the first one. I sat through it and I was getting angry. I'm thinking, what am I getting angry for?
Which one was that one?
The first one in the new trilogy.
What's the main thing in there?
That's the one where it's the girl in it.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't care who's the main
No.
protagonist.
I just
like-
wanted to know if I watched it.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what is going on? Why am I getting angry and more angry as I'm watching this? Like, this
like
is never-
subconsciously or something.
Yeah, I'm getting impatient. And
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like, what's going on? And it gets to the end, and I'm like, I freaking hated that movie, but I can't pinpoint why. And as I tried to sit and just decompress the whole thing, and I'm like, this movie literally went nowhere.
Yeah,
They
nothing
talked
happens.
up
Yeah.
this character, the black guy, the stormtrooper, and they relegate him to being a secondary nobody.
Yeah. Even though they gave him a lot of exposure.
Yeah, they give her like, you know, she's never held a lightsaber in her life, and all of a sudden she's destroying a Jedi who's been trained, who knows, how, and she's just ripping him apart. You know,
Ruby Rose,
and then out of nowhere they throw in this casino scene.
What, the Star Wars?
Yeah, what? With an alien world casino scene where all the rich people are. And there's like some schmuck talking about these are the people that bank all the wars in the universe. I'm like, so they're basically preaching to you about the, you know, like industrial military complex, whatever, but in space. And then I'm like, and then it ends with this kid with a little broom and he uses the force to move it. And I'm like,
a broom?
Because he's like a slave or something in this casino world. I'm like, this was a waste of time.
Yeah.
And that movie single-handedly ruined the entire Star Wars universe for me.
Yeah.
I used to love watching the original trilogy all the time.
I can watch A New Hope anytime.
Or
anytime.
The prequels, which were considered terrible
I never saw it.
compared to this, is master art.
Yeah.
What Jurassic
It was
Park?
bad. It was very bad. Huh?
Jurassic Park. They ran that into the ground, didn't they?
On 3.
Apparently people really like. I've never watched anything other than the
What's the
first
last one?
Did the last one
World?
tank?
I don't know.
Jurassic World or something?
I don't know.
With
Pratt.
There's 2 of them, isn't
I
there?
thought they're doing well.
I thought they did 2 and they both tanked.
No, I thought it was okay. I didn't mind the movie.
People like Pratt, I think. Like, from what I gather, they like him. Everything he makes, people love
I
him.
was okay with those. I didn't mind them.
I've only ever watched the first one. I've never watched any of them.
of them.
The whole thing doesn't appeal to me in general.
Nah, I've never watched any of them
Entertainment
all the way
value-wise, it was okay. Story-wise,
All right, let's just end on this. I can't believe you guys haven't seen this, all right? This is a deleted scene from Terminator 3. All right, it explains...
why is it deleted?
I don't know. In all honesty, if this made the cut of the movie, it probably would have answered a lot of questions, right? Yeah. Check this out. I've watched this so many times. You have no idea.
CRS, Cyber Research Systems, present a preview of our upcoming product line. Say hello to the Soldier of Tomorrow, the T1 Battlefield Robot, a fully autonomous ground defensive system. And in the air, the Hunter-Killer Aerial Weapons Platform. This isn't science fiction, it's reality, thanks to our top-secret innovation, Skynet, the revolutionary artificially intelligent battlefield management network. From intercontinental missiles to the individual soldier in the field, Skynet is able to control...
Sorry I'm late, gentlemen.
Just about started, Bob. Take a seat.
It's okay. I'll proceed.
Great leaders aren't born, they're made. Right here with the technology developed at CRS.
You do know the patents were obtained from a private vendor, Cyberdyne?
Cyberdyne? It's ancient history.
Using designs generated by Skynet, we need no longer risk the well-being of our men and women in uniform. Robots will take their place on the front lines.
Hi, I'm Chief Master Sergeant William Candy. I was honored to be selected by CRS in the ongoing effort to save American lives.
I don't know about that accent.
We can fix it. It is now within our power to make war safe, and that is truly priceless. CRS brings you the face of the future.
Let's go.
Ooh, it's me.
They should have left that in.
That's awesome.
How good is that
That
scene?
is awesome.
So it explains why the Arnie machine has the accent that he has.
Yeah.
Because the engineer is like, we can fix it. Right. That just gives him his own. Right. And then the southern accent's actually Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I heard the
He's,
hint of
he's uncredited, but
black
he's like,
to it.
yeah.
Oh, well.
That's why it's funny.
That's awesome.
Just like the campiness of it all. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. That's great. I can't believe that's deleted.
It would have been a sick freaking
That would have been a
scene.
mad scene.
I don't know. I always laugh.
Well, I mean, that's what happens in a lot of movies. They remove scenes that add context to stuff that
The
you
best
have
scenes.
questions for, yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, look at the entire Justice League movie. Like,
I'd rather not.
No, the Snyder one, the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
That was all stuff that was just cut out. He only filmed like an extra 14 minutes. Everything else was on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I don't know,
nice.
I've never dabbled in the DC universe.
It
so
was-
I got no
the
idea.
Justice League one's a masterpiece compared to everything that they've produced.
Really?
I reckon it's better than a lot of the Marvel stuff as well.
Well, I've always liked the Batmans.
Batman's the only ones I've watched over and over.
Yeah.
And again, you want a franchise that got ruined? That was in the list. Batman and Robin. Killed that
Oh, yeah,
franchise.
yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Epic failure. Was 3 a failure?
Do we want to go back and watch the puns of the Mr. Freeze?
No.
Okay.
I actually heard that in our podcast from last time. Yeah. Nice to see you.
Everything freezes.
Yeah. No, was 3 a failure? A box office failure?
I think it
Box
was on
office
its
failure?
way. 3 wasn't Batman and Robin, was it? That was 4.
Three was Forever. That was with Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
4 was Batman and Robin,
Robin.
with Clooney. That destroyed it.
Yeah, I think so. But there was one after that, though, wasn't there?
I like the Kilmer
There
one.
was 5 in
No,
general.
no.
Didn't they do 5 of them?
No. Because then it got rebooted as Batman Begins and blah blah blah.
But that was a good 15-year break.
Oh
10-year
yeah,
break.
but they changed studios, they changed directors, they changed actors, they changed everything, and the technology went like the trend for movies was totally different when Bale jumped in the suit as opposed to when
Yeah.
You know what I
And I
mean?
think back then, those movies, they were trying to encompass more of the comic look. The colours, the brightness and all that.
just got another crappy sequel, Caddyshack 2.
I've never seen the second one.
I have, yeah.
It's terrible, man. There's only a few saving graces that make comedic scenes, and that's it.
It's actually hard to sit through.
Yeah.
Really?
Chevy Chase walked out on it and said, "Let me know when you edit in the laugh track, the jokes. When you edit in the jokes."
Oh, really?
It was
It's hard to sit through.
considering what Dangerfield did with the
Yeah,
first one.
yeah,
Jackie
yeah.
Mason trying to do the
Yeah.
same on the second didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but the absolute most worst movie sequel of all time is Coming to America 2.
Haven't seen
I
it.
still haven't seen it, yeah.
Purely for that reason.
Watch
I don't
it.
want to watch it.
I don't want to ruin
don't
it, man.
wanna
I
do it.
love the first one so much.
Well, I watched it
Because you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Why would you subject yourself to that?
because I can differentiate them.
No.
It wouldn't ruin it for me because I've gone back and watched the first one heaps of
No.
times since.
No. Knowing that it exists, I physically can't do it.
Well, there you go. It takes a cake.
Is it that bad?
It's bad.
Would you watch it once?
Did.
I watched it
No,
once.
no, sorry. Would you tell us to watch it once or just not watch it at all?
If you want closure to know how bad it is, I would recommend watching it. But if it's going to ruin it for you,
Dude, Dumb
Don't
and
watch
Dumber 2, I walked out of.
well then you
I
just
don't like wasting
well,
money.
Then you,
I would rather not get close.
well, you're going to watch it on Netflix anyway, so you're going to start it.
No,
You've
I
already
won't.
paid for your subscription.
No
anyway.
chance.
I'll just watch the first one again.
No chance. I'd rather
And
watch the
anytime
first
I'm
one.
tempted to watch the
Oh, no,
second
it's
one,
on Prime.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
watch the
it's on
first
Prime.
one.
It's on Prime. Sorry, it's not on Netflix.
Yeah, no, there's no way in hell that I would actually willingly sit down and watch it.
I will get goosebumps in the intro music
All right.
of the first one.
Would you rather watch
As soon as I hear it.
Coming to America 2 or The Count of Monte Cristo?
Count of Monte Cristo, I downloaded it with purpose.
And why haven't you watched it yet?
So I haven't had time to sit down and watch
Watch
it.
it.
He might have time tonight if we finish
Ooh.
anytime
I won't do
soon.
it tonight.
All right, that's it. That's it. Thank you, everybody.
All right, okay, I'll tell you
Buy us a
what.
coffee.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Getting around Linktree and ordering. Buy anything.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
My only.
Ben Shapiro only fans. The man who single-handedly said his wife has never had an orgasm.
Oh, actually. Oh, well.
Yeah.
What?
And women having any form of pleasure or pre-cum is like a form of
Sin.
No, it's a like an STI, like an STD.
What does that mean? How?
That's his logic, dude. That's how he justifies never getting his wife off by saying, yeah, he's ultra orthodox religious, even though he monetizes the shit out of his YouTube videos.
You know what's interesting? So
Selfish man.
So you know that meme that's like changed my mind.
Yeah.
That guy there, what's his name?
I can't remember, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's got that table with the sign on the front.
Yeah, he basically came out a couple months ago, and this was around when I was actually stopped
Well, he's
watching.
gay.
it. No, he came out. and they tried to acquire his business,
Right.
Shapiro's Mob.
Oh, right.
And he actually recorded the audio in the phone call, and basically, he got all this flack from Shapiro's side because he then leaked the phone call, And he was like, well, how can you basically say you're this type of person when you're following the exact same rules? Like it's hard to explain, but basically they're being slimy in the same sense as like, even though they counter to whatever, like whoever they're going up against on the opposite side.
As in Daily Wire.
Daily Wire
Wire are countering to like Sam Cedar, Young Turks.
Yeah, so they're following the exact same regulations that Cedar and all them are following on YouTube, which is keeping things monetized.
Yeah.
So not approaching the topics that they should actually be approaching.
They avoid the yeah.
And he was like, I don't want to do that because I want to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And it caused
so they were trying to
close
him off. Yeah,
they were trying to buy him up, and then like you can talk about whatever you want, but not these things. And he's like, no, I want to talk about whatever I want to talk about, and basically caused this massive riff. Yeah,
interesting.
And so now he's kind of starting up his own thing. Yeah, which was interesting. Yeah, I just like that guy's stuff with the change my mind stuff. It's interesting actually sitting.
Yeah,
down
he goes a bit. He's gone a bit.
I've never watched any of the shit. But I just know the meme.
He's gotten a bit aggressive.
Yeah, sitting down with people, it's usually college students, and just talking about why they have, for them to explain their point of view and try and change his mind. And a lot of the times they don't get anywhere.
It's a friendly debate.
Yeah, he's just trying to foster debate.
You know what I'm over? All right, like my mate Simo had said it once on this podcast last time he was on. We were talking about Shapiro, and I said I didn't respect him anymore because of his lack of intelligence, really. And all I said was, "You've seen his debates. Who does he debate?" And Simo was like, "Uni students." I'm like, "Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who does he go up against that's worth their salt?" I go to a college campus in America and ask for opinions. You may as well just throw your bus pass in the bin and just walk home.
I'm surprised he hasn't got a shot.
Well, I suppose it's just he's not trying to change their mind. He's just trying to see
their
point of view.
There's no insight to be gained. These people have got no idea.
Yeah.
Most of them, you got to remember, like, they're in uni, right? They're probably like 19, 20, never drank a beer in
life
their lives.
experience,
Done nothing. Half of them aren't even working. They're just at uni. They've never worked a job. They finish, like, you know what I mean? There's no life experience, man. What could you possibly gain from the leaders of tomorrow? Fuck off. Like, seriously?
That's a little insulting, Dean, thinking that just because someone is younger doesn't have an opinion.
I never said that younger people don't have opinions.
Well, you should just say that.
They lack life experience to have them measured.
Well, I suppose that's why he does it, just to show maybe what they're... I don't know, like maybe just to see their opinions.
And then fight them on it.
And then fight them on it.
Fight me.
Fight.
No, anyway.
Fighting around the world.
All right, let's wrap it up because he's going to get home and eat.
He's getting carby.
Yeah, this is the first episode we've done since like Jan. So, yeah, time's passed. When are you going? You're leaving...
I'm leaving next Sunday.
For how long?
7 nights.
Ooh.
Very
So
nice.
I was actually supposed to then go... Something else had come up.
Here's a question, because I'm in the same process of planning my trip.
Uh-huh.
Have you taken a look at your summer wardrobe?
No, because I'm buying everything there.
Oh, yeah, he said he was going empty.
I'm going with the luggage, with a carry-on in my luggage, and just a little backpack for like some
Maybe
jocks.
underwear or two.
Yeah, just in case
I'm
the jocks
trying
get
to
lost.
picture him picking shorts for the trip.
I'm literally going to go there in
Like cargo
trackies.
shorts,
I'm
cargo
literally going
shorts.
I'm going there in trackies and runners and a t-shirt. Once we get there, I'll buy some shorts and some thongs, and I'm done. I'm
Do you
set.
fly in trackies?
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
I
prefer shorts.
I can't stand going to airports and seeing people dressed up like they're going to a club.
But then, to a club, okay.
You know what I mean?
I've never even seen that.
I have.
The old uniform used to be just going like in shirt and slacks. That's how people used to go.
But that's what I mean.
Because it was like an event.
Yeah, but no, today's day and age.
You guys are
Even
dressed
on
as
like
like
an
a club.
interstate flight and they get dressed up like they're going clubbing. Like, bro, you're going to Sydney. Like, relax. I turn up in my shittiest of shit trackies because I know they're going to get sweated
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
drinks poured on them and salt and all types
And
of
you just assume like the
If
plane's
this
probably
plane,
dirty.
if this plane's going down, I don't want any Ukrainians or Russians digging up my good stuff.
They can have my dirty track.
Exactly.
Don't wash for 3 weeks.
Oh, added this. Scored.
Yeah.
Only
I know.
2 stripes.
I started looking at the wardrobe for like the
Yeah.
trip, and I'm like, yeah, I need to buy some shit. I've either grown, like I've put on too much weight to wear this crap, or this is stuff from like 5 years ago. I'm going to look like a hobo.
I've put this off for like 4 years now. How many years is it? 4 years since the start of COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. So I've put this off for 3 years, so finally going. But the funny thing was, like, just as we booked these flights, not an emergency, but something came up that has to be addressed in Italy.
Yeah.
On my mum's side, and it would require us to
They're
fly.
playing the revolution.
They've taken the basil off pizzas.
Berlusconi's
Let's just say in July, if you happen to hear about a little ruckus going on in the south of Italy, lock your doors.
the Calabrian pizza mafia is coming out. No anchovies. They're just establishing new rules. Just going to up everything.
If you happen to hear of anyone called Marcellina Crofaro, just go.
They just
labelled
sold
as the next
they sold
Mussolini.
the rights. They sold the rights on Netflix. It's going to be a 6-series doco by the time you get back from Hawaii.
Basically, I had to go in July to Italy for a month, and I was like, I had to reorganize all this stuff to see if I could get the time off to do it. I couldn't get the time off; got rejected. So that changes a few things. So it was almost
Senda Consigliere.
I am, yeah, because there was two of us that were going to go, and now one of us is going to go. Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Listen, man, this is how it's going to be. Just sort it out by
I asked the questions here.
some schmuck that I've never seen before. It's not even Italian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're wearing a t-shirt with spaghetti on it.
from the plane going in, white t-shirt with red sauce. We're done.
Hold up.